Колеги, вітання.
Dear colleagues, we continue our work, and the topic of our next press briefing is as follows. Cooperation of the Ministry of Justice and the non-government organization. We have a Skype connection. In the speakers is the project manager for providing the primary legal aid, Maryna Pugacheva, and Svitlana Popudko, representative of the Mariupol Center for providing free secondary legal aid. Do you copy us? Yeah, very good. You have the floor. Good afternoon. In Mariupol, we have very good cooperation between the Ministry of Justice and the public bodies and the public at large, and we are going to talk about that today. And the first to speak is Maryna, who is going to tell you about the UN program, which is going to be launched in Mariupol to provide the primary legal aid to the IDPs, or let's say the refugees and those who suffered in the ATO zone. Good afternoon. My name is Maryna. I am the manager of the project manager, the project which we are implementing under the auspices of the UN. What kind of project we are talking about? First of all, I would like to say that our city is a very specific one from point of view of the IDPs, because more than 70,000 IDPs came to our city. This is rather a serious problem because we have to do something for their socialization, so those people could feel themselves really members of the city of Mariupol's community. What measures we take? First of all, we came up with the project supported by UN. We appreciate that. We are talking about the comprehensive rehabilitation and adjustment or adaptation of the IDPs. First of all, those people need legal aid. Very often when the people approach us, they do not know elementary things. Unfortunately, our country doesn't have either the capabilities or the desire, the wish to help those people. Owing to our activists, to our volunteers, we have a big database of those people. What problems we have to take care of? First of all, this is the issue associated with the documents, IDs. Many of the people cannot actually be issued the documents, especially those children who were born in the period 2014-2015. Also, they approach us with requests to do something to provide the documents for getting pension or to getting some kind of assistance or financial aid. Unfortunately, we cannot embrace all those people, to cover the needs of all those people. It's good that we can cooperate with our partners or colleagues who provide the secondary legal aid and kind of the lawyer follow-up for those people. We actually provide the kind of test package or the package documents which is going to be given to those people who address us, not only IDPs, those people who actually served in the army, participants in the ATO, and their families. We actually, in our Facebook, we have a group which actually covers the major issues or major questions put to us by those people. Also, we plan in a week from now that our site will be in a place where our lawyers will provide the necessary legal aid round the clock, actually, to those people. Also, we are going to have the hotlines or telephone numbers or which you can dial and get some aid. What other problems we face? First of all, I would like to mention the unemployment problem, which we try to fight because we closely cooperate with our, let's say, executive agencies or bodies. Unfortunately, so far we do not have a complete desirable result. But we still cherish the hope that we are going to have the assistance. Yesterday we met with the members of the Helsinki group, who also can render some assistance in implementing our project. What kind of project we are talking about? we provide not only legal aid, because the person who receives obtains, let's say, only legal aid, this person remains one-to-one with his or her problem. We also provide psychological assistance or aid. By the way, since October the 10th, in the city of Mariupol, we are going to start a new course of lectures and training courses for the psychologists who will be issued a certificate. They will be able to work with those people who had the post-traumatic PTSD. Also, we are talking about the cooperation with the unemployment agencies and foundations and the social structures. So when we have this kind of triangle of, as we say, triangle of kindness, then with the professional lawyers and psychologists, we'll be able to achieve some result. But today I would like to draw your attention to the following issue. Very often people come and address us with those issues which we cannot resolve, not only because we are providing the primary legal aid. Also, those people who provide the secondary legal aid also encounter those problems. Why? Because there is some kind of legislation which hasn't been changed yet or to be adjusted to take care of those problems, outstanding problems and challenges which our society faces today. Now I'd like to turn the mic to Irina, perhaps. Thank you very much. Did I understand you correctly that in some time from now we are going to have the hotlines? The hotline will be launched after the 10th of October. We are going to have 3 hotlines, the Kyivstar, MTS, and Live. Mobile operators and not only IDPs will have the chance to use those lines, but all those who suffered during those very tragic events in the east or the Ukraine. We are talking about the families which resided in Shirok and other places of residence. Also the former servicemen, the servicemen who have a lot of judicial or legal issues to be resolved. This UN program we are talking about opens for the city of Mariupol to be involved in the programs drawn up by UN. Is it so? Yes, exactly. We do hope for the continuation of our cooperation. This is just the beginning of the story. This is the first project funded or financed by UN. Along those lines, actually, we plan some other projects which we are going to launch later. Actually, we plan to cover all the problematic aspects of life, even providing or finding jobs for those people. Why the public sector, why the civil sector deals with that so actively? Does the state or the government helps you? Unfortunately, I have to say that the government today or the state doesn't help us a lot, mostly verbally. Of late, we communicated with the reps of our executive power. They actually promised us a lot, but at this point of time, they never kept their words, not a single promise. We were actively cooperating today with our regional administrations, Mr. Jabrivsky, Oleg Jabrivsky, and other people. So far I can say that they hear us. But speaking in principle, so far we have not obtained any real assistance. And as it is the usual case in our country, when we had a very tragic acute problems, who was dealing with those problems? Volunteers. And now when we face new challenges, again, volunteers are the front line, so to say, now, dealing with those problems. Thank you very much, and I would like to give the floor to Svitlana, who is going to tell us how the country, the state, the government, what they do in the framework of the program, which was launched by the Minister of Justice.
Good afternoon. Yes, Svitlana Popudko. I'm executive of the Department of Cooperation with the population, and I'm representing the first legal aid initiative of the government. Our Center for First Legal Aid has started its operations from August 1st this year, and our responsibility is to provide free legal aid to people who have issues with civil law issues. Our activities is based on the law of Ukraine on free legal aid, and people liable for receiving this aid, these are people whose average monthly income is not higher than the living standard, minimal living standard established for citizens of Ukraine. As of today, this is 1,368 hryvnia per month. Also, we provide services for unemployed, for people with incapabilities, who get less than 1074,000 hryvnia. Also, we provide free legal aid to people who are deprived from parental care, who are without parental care, and children who experience violence. Also, we provide legal services to IDPs, to the veterans of war, and those who are subject to the law on veterans of war in Ukraine, those people who have special merits in Ukraine, and those who are who became subject to some violation. Also, we provide free legal aid to legally incapable people. About primary and secondary legal aid. Our Mariupol Center, as many other municipal centers around Ukraine, subject to the Ministry of Justice program. By the way, in Ukraine we have 100 such programs. We provide secondary legal aid. Our function is to appoint an attorney or a lawyer to our clients on the account of the state. When it comes to legal advice, to legal consultations, drafting of some documents which should be submitted to courts. This is the function of the centers for primary legal aid. Or sometimes we advise people to approach to the governmental authorities directly, or to the municipal authority directly. Quite often we understand that when people appeal to us, they are in difficult situation. That's why we try to provide quality legal aid to all people who come to us. Svitlana, am I right when I understand that your program is established not because of the war, but this is a regular governmental program? Yes, there is a special law about free legal aid. It was passed in 2014, and based on this law, the coordination center and local centers providing free legal aid were established. These local centers, they have to provide assistance to citizens in criminal and civil cases. This is about those who are detained or who are convicted, or to civil population. As for administrative cases, there is special center to the vulnerable groups of population. That is, our work is independent of the warfare in the country, of these difficulties. Svitlana, I had such an opinion that the lawyers who work for you, since they are not paid, they work non-professionally, or they are of poor quality. Those lawyers who are they volunteers? No, these are not volunteers. These are lawyers who are members of the bar association in Ukraine. And by the way, they are selected by means of special selective competition, and currently we compile the database of the attorneys who are ready to work for us. That is, of course, we do not impose the attorneys with this function. We just invite them, and then this is their good will. And those who are willing, they are professionals, and they have good experience. For many lawyer work for our center, it is not free. It is payable from our fund, depending on the time which is sacrificed by this lawyer, and which is contributed by the lawyer to this case. There might be some cases which may last several months or even several years, whether your lawyers stay with this client up to the very end. As for the civil and administrative cases, they do not last for years, but as for criminal cases, they may last rather long, but our lawyers, they remain with the client up to the very end. Svitlana, please move closer to the microphone. Of course, the lawyers represent clients' interests in all the instances, in the first instance, second instance, in the Court of Appeal and Cassation Court.
Thank you, Irina. Just I have the clarification question to Maryna regarding the hotline. If I understood you correctly, it's going to start to be launched on 10th of October. Not only the IDPs can approach you, but some other people. Some clarification. What would be the time when this hotline is going to operate? in the morning till night or whatever, and how many days per week. And we mentioned the Facebook page, how it's entitled or named. First of all, I'd like to say that we are talking about the aid to be rendered, well, desirably from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. You can actually call us and get some aid. I believe this is a sufficient period of time. Also, we are going to involve high professional lawyers with a rich experience in their legal practice. You're talking about a Facebook page. It's called Comprehensive Adjustment, the Socialization of the IDPs, internal displaced persons, and actually we can find it using the tags, the legal science, legal aid, etc. We have about more than 400 subscribers, and because this is a very important issue, and I would like to say also that approximately since October 10, we are going to have another website which you can actually approach our experts in the online mode. Another clarification, thank you for that. You mentioned 3 mobile operators, Kyivstar, MTS, and Line. Do you know the numbers, telephone numbers of those? Or you can put it in the online, on the website. Yes, we are going to provide you the numbers. But honestly speaking, we have a delay with the funding. So we do not have enough money to cover everything. And the funding must be provided starting since October the 9th. And on October the 10th, we are going to have those telephone numbers, and we are going to put them in the Facebook page. We also are going to have the page in the contact social network, and I believe, well, we'll do our best, we'll do our utmost to bring this information to the to as many people as possible. We are going also to disseminate some kind of the leaflets or booklets in different organizations and social functions. And the similar question to Svitlana, do you have Facebook page and the hotline? Yes, sure. On the site of the coordination center, you can visit that and see the hotline, which already operates, and also in the regional center, there is round-the-clock service provided. You can approach our people and ask about the 10 persons, and we have the page of the Mariupol Center for providing the free secondary legal aid. It's named this way. Also, the official site of the regional center to provide the free secondary aid in the Donetsk region. Thank you, Svitlana. We have some questions from the audience. Please introduce yourself. Good afternoon, Sergey Menchuk, Ukrainian Crisis Media Center. Ms. Maria, do we have any statistics regarding the aid provided by you? Excuse me, Maryna. The number of the clients, I would say, who you provided the aid. And the second question, do you plan a kind of full-fledged publication or a printed matter, because not everybody has access to the internet, and the dissemination of this information, is very important if you're talking about in the printed format, so to say, in some kind of publication, and we're going to organize the official website in addition to the social networks. Thank you for your question. Yes, we do plan to have such kind of official formal website. Maybe you didn't hear, but I mentioned 964 persons approached us asking for some kind of legal consultation. Today also we are dealing with some of the cases, rather complex cases, and also several people approached us who they came from Donetsk. They cannot get the pension because this year actually they missed 1 year, the last year from their service record. This week we had a lot of approaches on the part of the parents who cannot take away from that area their children. As I mentioned before, they were born in 2015 and they have not been issued the certificate of birth by the Ukrainian official agencies. We are trying to resolve that problem. We try to provide the printed matter because not everybody has an access to internet. We do understand that. Also, we plan to involve all the available mass media just to bring the information to the people where they can get the required aid. We have some clarifications here. One clarification: what other cities, in addition to Mariupol, your organization is active now? We work in Mariupol, in Prishatrovnevy district of that city. We work with the people who live in Shirokino, the village of Shirokino. This is a certain separate category of people, very complex one. Also, we work with the people who reside in the so-called the gray zones and near the line of contact. As you understand, very often people address those people who live in Volnovakha. So far, we deal with those kind of categories of people. Ideally, we plan to expand the geography of those people who live in the different cities and villages to get this kind of aid. We also plan to have the field trips. We plan the field trips to Prishatrovnevy district, where a lot of people who suffered as a result of those tragic events in the east of Ukraine, who lost whatever they had, including their dwellings and their property. Svitlana would like to add something. Speaking about the jurisdiction of our center and the field trips, for example, today representatives of our center, we are talking about the reps of the Ukrainian Helsinki Union who act as observers in our center. They went to the Sertana village, and they actually take record of those local residents who suffered as a result of the shellings, numerous shellings which took place over this period of time. They take the register, take the record of those people just to create some kind of the database, and maybe in the future we are going to have more mobile groups who will help us to approach the European Human Rights Court, because we're talking about the violation of human rights, and somehow we could maybe we'll be able to compensate those people for what they lost. Also, yesterday we had the residents from Shirokino. They also were registered by our center. So we still expect some of the steps on the part of the government who will help us to be more resolute in resolving all those problems. Thank you, Svitlana. Colleagues, I would like to compliment the center to provide the free primary legal aid from the Ministry of Justice. Is located at Prospect Nakhimova 82, building 82, and the volunteer center, which is under the auspices of the UN center, providing the secondary legal aid. The primary legal aid is Italiska Street, building number 9090. Also, we'll have a person on duty permanently in the Palace of the House of Culture, Молодежный, which is much easier to find. And generally speaking, this starts as a very fruitful cooperation between the state, between the government and the civil sector, public sector, and we can hope that a lot of people will get this necessary aid Generally speaking, I would like to emphasize the following. You know, we had a big problem because we provide the primary legal aid, and then some of the people who found them kind of suspended condition. Now, all into our cooperation, we can say that those persons can get the complete or comprehensive legal aid. Thank you, thank you. This brings us to the end of our Skype communication. We'll be happy, our center will be happy if we can have kind of regular Skype connection with you so that you could report about the results of your very important work. Thank you, and see you and hear you again. Our